Alright, welcome back guys. Welcome to the Lincoln Ranch. This is going to be part 2 of doing the install of the transmission on this old girl. I still have to remove this one. I'm not going to record it. So this car is ready to go. I've got the wheels off. Well, the wheels that I need to take off. I have ordered the parts for this so I can fix these headlight doors as well. But anyway, so got the wheels removed that I need to remove so I can get underneath so they're not in the way, because I've smacked my head on the freaking rubber and just gives me more room to maneuver. And I have to take this wheel off because I've got to drop that drag link to get that starter motor out because it's going to be in my way. So part 2 is ready to start. Cleaned the tranny up, gave it a coat of paint. I did write on there, rebuilt in 1991 for future reference. I didn't write down all the other stuff. It was just codes. So I don't even know what it was, but there was a date on there of 1991 when it was rebuilt. So that's all I needed. So I'm about ready to go. It's now 10:30 in the evening, so I'm going to start on this thing tomorrow. And hopefully everything goes well. My main concern is the exhaust, but it is a brand new exhaust, so hopefully, let me grab a flashlight. Hopefully the bolts on the exhaust manifold are easy to get off. All I need to do is just drop that exhaust pipe down. There is clamps on the exhaust pipe. It wasn't welded, so I can undo the clamps on there to loosen it up. I just got to get one side down so I can get that cross member out, and I should be good to go. So tomorrow morning, start a part 2 and get this girl up and running again. Well, got the tranny out. There's the torque converter. Had a little mishap. The torque converter fell out, so I got a nice puddle underneath the car right now. I'm trying to soak it up with some old towels. Made a bit of a mess in there. I tried to push the torque converter back in and it just wasn't happening. So, but anyway, so I'm halfway there. This one was a lot quicker than this one, and all I had to do was drop the exhaust from the manifold. I didn't have to disconnect it underneath. It's still there. So now I just got to clean up a little bit, get rid of that, put that away somewhere, and start putting it back together. I got the transmission on the trolley. I had to jack this side of the car up just a little bit so I can get the transmission underneath. Once it's in position, I'll take the jack out, just let it sit on the axle stands. But I just need a little bit more clearance to get that because this transmission is quite tall sitting on there. So I'm just going to jack it up. It's got a 4x6 on there, so hopefully I can get that rolled under there and then lower it down. I don't like this, but I have to do it just to get it in there. Once it's in there, I'll let it down. I got the torque converter tied up with a little block of wood because I had an accident trying to get the other one out. It fell out and it puked its guts out. It was worse than that, but the concrete's sucked it up. It's actually like a week later. Had some family things going on, so I wasn't able to come back and continue with this. So I had some towels and stuff laying there sucking it up. Now, I had a hole in this damn concrete floor, and every time I take my chair, you know, my little one of these, the damn wheel will get caught in there. It's about a 4-inch square hole. There used to be a wall here, right along here. There used to be a wall. this was a bathroom. There's actually under there is a outlet for a toilet. But anyway, and I kept getting my creeper stuck in there, and it would, you know, you guys know what I mean. Slide a little pebble or something and it jams out your creeper. I gotta get rid of this. I had a gallon of Bondo. Screw it, just mix up some Bondo and fill that freaking hole up, so now I don't get caught in it all the time. And like this, I'd love to rip the wood out of here and fill that as well, because that is just as bad. This was old school stuff. There was no need for a 2x4 in there. You could have just put a like a 1/2 inch or 3/8 sheet in there just for expansion. And there's another one here where just before the floor, you can see it. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt with your creeper or your chair. Every time your wheels get caught in it. Like I say, you guys know what I'm talking about if you do this too. But so I'm going to push this underneath there, and hopefully I'll have this transmission back in today. Like I say, I've got the torque converter wired in here so it doesn't drop out. What happened was the torque converter slipped out, that was fine, but it took the inner shaft with it. I don't know if I got the torque converter on here. This is the old one. Yeah, I've already got this one wired up as well. But the inner input shaft fell out as well, so I couldn't get that torque converter back in. It was puking fluid everywhere, and this thing must weigh 50-60 pounds, if not more. I couldn't get the damn thing back in. Then it got wedged, and it was just puking out fluid. And there's some of it there. I was able to catch some of it. But anyway, so now to roll this thing under there and get it in place. So I've got the transmission up in here, sitting on jack. I did have to lift the tail up to get it over that H pipe, but it's just about ready to go in. This transmission, this motorcycle lift works a charm, because these trannies are friggin' heavy. So I just had to clear. I had to shift the linkage cord up in behind the bell housing, so I had to clear it out. So I think it's just about ready to go in. Just got to slowly lift it up and line it up. So close and so far. I do have to change the transmission lines. When this transmission has the connections there, the other one didn't have it. When I tried to unscrew it there, it actually twisted the line right off. So I snipped them. So I'll go out and get the other half of the lines off the other car and use them on here, because this is a lot easier to get at than trying to get up in there, and that one was completely corroded and it destroyed the line on it. It turned, so it twisted the line right round. But anyway, we're nearly there. Little bit of leakage in the rear, but I got a plastic bag over, but it has got a hole in it, but it's not bad. I can deal with that. Just as long as that torque converter doesn't fall out. I've just snipped the wire off and took the wooden block out, but it's level, so it shouldn't slide out again. The only reason it slid out there when I took it out is because I had to drop it. Well, I had to drop it like that to get it over that H pipe, and then the torque converter just come flying out. So we're nearly there. So hopefully I just gotta line up the dipstick tube. Is still, I didn't pull it out of this car because this car has ABS, so it's really hard to get to the bracket. See, this is the ABS unit right here. Where are we? Right there. and the bracket's way up behind it. It's really hard to get to, so I left the dipstick tube on there, and I'm just going to try and jack it up and try and slip the dipstick tube back in there. I'm just making sure there's nothing. Just jack it up now. Bring it forward a little bit. Put my gloves on. Where are my gloves? Well, squish my fingers in anything. Just got to make sure that starter motor, the nose is still sticking out a little bit, that the starter motor doesn't catch. Roll it forward, kind of short. Back a little bit. Transmission's catching on the ABS bracket. I've got to kind of slip it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If your car has ABS, right here, this here is a ABS bracket right here. Put a little bit of bend weight on it. Yeah. So I've got to kind of slip it in between there, kind of move it upwards, and then kind of line it up without catching it on that ABS. On the other car, it was all open. I don't have this big steel bracket, and I can't take it off because it's all part of the ABS. So I just got to jiggle it upwards. Forward, jack it a little bit more. The car's still got the car up on the jack too. I can lower the car down a little bit more further. Give me more reach with this. Yeah, lower the car down. I'm laying on a piece of cardboard. It's a little easier to slide around on. The creeper is kind of a pain in the butt. See, I'm lowering the car. I've still got it up on that 4x6 block of wood. Kind of jammed in here somewhere. It's almost there. I'm about an inch out. It's that I've got to jack it back up. The dipstick tube is in the wrong place. Damn it. Yep, I've got to jack the car back up. I've got to get that dipstick behind that transmission line. A little bit more. Damn it. Oh, so close. Can roll it back a little bit. Yeah. Okay. There it goes. I have got a plug in here. Got to pull that out when it gets real close. Okay. Get that jack down again. Gotta be careful there. It's catching on something. There we go. I'm just making sure I'm doing it right, guys. Just taking my time. It's gonna go over a little bit. It's not hard work, it's just a little awkward. Like this jack's doing all the work for me. I'm just making sure everything's starting to line up. Have to make sure my angle is right. It's a little bit off, but the tail shaft's got to come down like just a little bit to make the two line up. But I can wedge something in here underneath the pan just to bring that front up just a little bit. They're not off by much, maybe like 1/4 of an inch, but everything's got to line up because I've got to get the dowel. There's a dowel pin in the engine that I've got to line up and get into that transmission, and everything's lined up. But the biggest problem I'm having is this ABS. It's in my way. I'm just looking, guys, just to make sure I haven't got anything caught up. Shifter's not caught up. Okay, let's see if I can bring it down a little bit more. Oh. I just want to get this car off this wooden block. It's a little iffy. I'd like to have it on the axle stands. I've got about 1 inch to go down. Yeah, it's sitting on the axle stands now, the jack stands. So now I just got to wiggle it. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. I think I can pull that plug out now. Nothing coming up. But just put it there in case I need it. It's catching on something again. Go over. This ABS is a problem. It's like a on the other side of the. It's like a huge big brake booster there. Yeah, that's what it's catching on. Kind of get it past that booster. Just keep jacking it and see if it pops past it. on that booster. See if I can. Just checking everything else. I don't really want to upset this, but I need to tilt it just a little bit to get this piece here over the hump. It's sitting right on the hump of that freaking ABS unit. If I can just get it to slip past it, then we're good. Then I got all the room. It's got to go up about ½ an inch, and then it's got to come over towards me about 1.5 inches. As you can see, the dipstick tube is nearly in there, and the 2 holes in the bell housing, and then 2 holes in the plate there. Sorry about the light. Yeah, it's a little bit. See, I'm not far off. Right from here to here. But I'm stuck on that thing there. That's what I'm stuck on. Like the 69 doesn't have ABS. 70, 71 has ABS brakes. It was optional, not all of them, but it was standard in 71, but optional in 70. But this is a 71. I mean, the tranny came out fine. It didn't like catch on it on the way down. So it's right on that edge, right on the outer edge. But I don't want to force anything and break something. Because when I pump it up, it's not really moving. Oh, so heavy, I can't budge that. No. Damn it. I'm so close. This pressure release switch is really touchy too. Ooh. So right there, it's catching on something. It's definitely binding on something. I don't want that torque converter. Make sure that torque converter's still in there. Yeah, it's still in there. Maybe I do need to tilt it up a little bit at the front. See if I can get this to lower down and just hang on it. Hang on the cable. Nope. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about, guys. Gotta put that plug back in. That's not a bad leak. We've got a little rag over here. So it just doesn't spread any further. There. Okay. Gotta get that under there. Come on, dipstick tube. It's going to roll back a little bit. See, right now it's catching again. Move it over a little bit. I've got to try and get this tranny to move over towards the passenger side just a little bit. Oh, it'd be so much easier if I had a lift. So I can see better. The problem is I can't see laying down here. How's that gap on the other side? Tail shaft's got to go over a little bit, over towards the passenger side. There. Okay. passenger side has got to come up a little bit. I've got to rotate the transmission that way just slightly. I think that's what the problem is. It's not. It looks like it's laying flat, but I've actually got to tilt it slightly anti-clockwise. I've got to try and wedge something in here to kind of lift the side up. I think that's what the problem is. I'm just trying to see how I can do this. Like I've only got to go up about another inch because the dipstick's just about touching the transmission, but it's slightly off. I do have some old pieces of wood that are cut into a wedge. See if I can hammer one in there. Slowly let this down a little bit. See if I can find a couple of those wedges. I found two of them. These two wedges. I used to have some little ramp in here because the floor lifts up about 3 inches at the other half of the garage. I used to have a little ramp there. I'm just wondering if I can lift the side up, if that will help. Just a little bit more. And I need to check something, because that tab there is still hard up against the ABS unit. I wonder if the later transmissions don't have that quite as far out, that they modified it a little bit. Yep, they did. Okay, that's my problem. See, right here, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have that tab, so I've got to cut that tab off. It's just a machining tab, it's not a mounting tab. So that's what my problem is. Okay, so I got to cut that tab off. I knew something wasn't right. Hopefully I can bring it down just a little bit. I'll get the Sawzall on there and just chop it off, because the other one's just cut too. Because this is a 69 transmission. That's interesting and good to know. So now I've got to try and bring this whole thing down again. I knew so. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll do that off camera, guys. You don't need to. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the Sawzall and cut this tab off. I don't need it. It's not a mounting bracket, or it's a machining bracket. You know, it's a mounting tab for when the case was machined at the factory, when they put in the jig and whatever they do inside the case, probably like an align bore. for the clutch packs, you know, so everything's level. But yeah, I've got to chop it off. That's what's holding me up. So I'll do that off camera. Already started cutting them. I'll show you what I'm doing a little bit. It's going pretty quick. First, fight it. There we go. That's it. So I had to cut that off. Now it should go in, hopefully. Alright, gotta pull that plug. Hopefully no more fluid comes out. That's better, that's more like it. I'm just gonna see if it's lining up. It's just about in. Don't know whether to take this out or not. That's what's wrong. Got the dipstick tooth caught. Gotta hold it in place and then jack it up. I got it wedged up against the case. Can't see. Let's go. There it is. Okay, dipstick tube's in. Make sure the flex plate is in place. Yep. There it is, right there. It is in. Just gotta push it forward a little bit. Yep, I think it just went in. Okay, I'll just go around the other side and make sure everything's good around the other side. Okay, that looks good. I'm just gonna push the tail shaft over a little bit. It's not quite straight, but they line up. Just gonna push the tail shaft just a little bit. Yeah, that should be it. Forward. Yep. She just slid right into place. Can't quite see. Right there. Slide forward. Right, start putting the bolts in. Make sure they're lined up. Take my gloves off. Tighten there. Just there we go. Okay, that bolts in. Let's get all the bolts kind of in loose, and then slowly just draw the two together. The dipstick hasn't popped all the way in, but it is in the hole. I think it's just catching on the O-ring. So we'll get some bolts on the other side. Okay, hopefully it's going to come over a little bit. Still a little bit crooked. I'm going to pull the tail shaft over towards me a little bit. Okay. And now, the other thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to get the torque converter lined up before I pull them together. I've got to get the bolts into the flex plate. I'll do that now. Because that's the other problem why it's not completely lining up, mating together. So we're going to get a screwdriver again. I don't have to bolt it together, but I just got to get the studs into the flex plate so the transmission can move forward. Screwdriver. May have to. Oh, that hurt. I may have to loosen it off just a little bit. You can see this torque converter turns with that. torque converter is not turning. I'm just going to have to drop the transmission just a little bit and line up the torque converter so one of the bolts is at the bottom. So I'll take these two out. So I've got the torque converter lined up, the hole. So just got to, the trainer's got to come over the side a little bit just to, I had to disconnect it to get the torque converter in the right position. So now I just got to put the dipstick tube in the right location again. Just a little bit. There we go. Dipstick tube in. Here we go. Oh, you bitch. I hit the wrong handle. There we go. Now pull it over. Make sure the plates on the dowel. Nope, it's not. That's what's hanging up. So bring it back a little bit again. Okay. Just got to get that intermediate plate sitting on the dowel. It popped off. There we go. Now we should be good. Now we should be able to bring it right over. Yep, there it goes. It's in. Put the bolt in. Okay. So I just got to pull the bolts back in. Eight bolts. But she's in. And the dipstick tube went further down than last time, so that's good too. I'm not going to tighten that up all the way just yet, but just so it doesn't slip out. Okay. Need that extension. There's jacks in my way. Awkward. These jack's kind of in my way right now. Got it bolted in slightly. See if I can do. Yep, I can move this back a little bit. Now, is it catching on? Catching on something. Need the jack out of my way so I can get a screwdriver in here to turn that flex plate, so I can get all the bolts on. Oh, it's tight. It's got good compression. It's tight. Well, it's one bolt's in and one nut's on, so it should hold until I finish this off. That's that one. Wrong one. This is for the upper. Short one down here. Well, that's it. Basically, she's in. I'm just going to put all the bolts on. I need another one of these short 5/8. It's just about bolted in. Got to get the two top bolts. There's one just up there and another one just behind that vacuum actuator there, just below it. The bolts are lying up there, but yeah, it's bolted in. So we're just about done. It's 4:45, so I'm going to go and have some dinner, then come out here and hopefully finish it off tonight. Okay, so I've got the two upper bolts done. There is one right here, and the other one is just down in there. It's kind of a tight squeeze, so I didn't record it. And I've got the 4 bolts done on this side. I'll show you. So there's a bolt right. There's one there, there's one just above that little bracket. And then you can't get those upper ones from under here normally. Most other vehicles you can, but you can't on this one. I've got the bottom one there done. So I just got to go to the other side, and there's 2 more I've got to put on the other side. I've got the trans mount sitting there, but it's not bolted up yet. Got to get the transmission bolted up to the engine before I continue. Now I've got to get that other bolt up through here, just on the other side of that ABS unit. There it is. Get started by finger so I don't cross thread it. Zipping it in. Okay. So now I get the impact. Can't see what I'm doing. I have to move the camera. Sorry, I have to move the camera. Okay, those two are in. Now I just put the starter motor in. The starter motor's heavy. That's it right there. Okay, and now the other one goes in from this side. Okay, yep, it's in. Okay, found it. Okay. I can't put the gear drive on there because there's not enough room between the bolt and the actual starter motor. These gear drive heads are too fat. See, it won't go on there. I could use an impact, but I can't be bothered getting up looking for a socket. Ouch, that hurt. You guys felt that too, didn't you? Okay. I think it fits on the top one, but not the bottom one. So I can put the wrench on the end and multiply it. Pitman arms in my way. I mean the idler arm. Okay, that's tight. So now I've got to get that transmission mount on there. It's just sitting there. I've got to jack the engine up a little bit high, but I didn't want to jack it up with just a couple of bolts in there, then crack the transmission case. I've got to put the speedo cable back in. Now, where's it? Should be 3/8. Now I'm going to put all the linkages back on. And they are up here. Just gotta okay. And these had little 1/2-inch bolts. Oops, sorry. Move that a little bit. There, and that goes on top of there. So, come on. Like I say, later on, once I get the car right, I'm going to run it up on stands and just select it through the gears. Hold the exhaust up in place. So I'm going to put the, going to move this over, up and over a little bit. So I'm going to jack the car up. Jack the exhaust up. So I don't have to try and hold it in place while I tighten up those flanges. Line those two up. Yep, that one's lined up. Oh, yeah. Damn you. Reach right over it because there isn't enough room on the other side of this exhaust pipe. The steering box is in my way, and I knew that was going to happen because I'm on camera. Okay, that's enough. That should be enough. That should be tight enough. Put the drive shaft on. I did mark the rear end. Try. Come on. Maybe it was the other way around. I can't remember now. Maybe it was the other way around. Yeah, I think it was that way. Because I had the gear drive on the outside. Because it won't fit in there. Too big. Come on. Got it loose. Oh, got cramp on my arm. Something's not right here. There we go. I'm not going to tie that up yet because I have to move it. This bolt is different. Got one different bolt. Oh, I've got cramp on my shoulder. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. straight. That's better. Oh, okay. Last one. Go. I got the reach stuck. God damn it. Damn reach stuck in there. Damn it all. Trying to do a balancing act here. Got to keep this one at that angle. Unless it gets stuck again. Oh, okay, that's on. All right, that's on there. If you're looking at that, that is the ABS sensor. Alright, car's all back together. Let's see if she'll fire up and see what happens. I think I might have disconnected the other batteries. I could probably put the air cleaner back on. Go. Let's see, we have all gears. That's first gear, second gear, third gear. Reverse. Car's running rough. I'm gonna rip that carburetor off and we have reverse. Speeder doesn't work in reverse. Okay. Just put it in neutral. Shut it off. So it's working. Let's get it down on the ground. Alright. see what happens. We have reverse, but I had that before too. Let's see how it's like putting it into drive. Yep, perfect. Beautiful. A little dusty and dirty, but feels like the choke's stuck. It sounds like it's running really rich. Take it up the road a little bit back. I should have grabbed my phone. Oh, you hear it? Sounds like the choke's on. Okay. Nice. Nice and quiet. Got the window open and still quiet in here. Yep, kickdown's working. Good. Not going to go far. My tags have expired, so I'm not just going to go down to the end of the street and back. I think the tags have expired on this. But yeah, it does drive. It drives nice. Just got to keep an eye on my temperature because I pulled the fan off because for some reason the fan was scraping on the shroud. So I've got the water pump hooked up. I've got the fan on there. I just don't have the shroud and the fan blade on there, but while I'm moving it should be okay. As long as you've got air flowing through it and the water pump's running. Here and turn around. Off the wheel. It's a bit of a camber on the road, but yeah, it drives nice and straight. Yep, I'm happy. This car was starting to get me a little bit depressed of how much money I have in this car and what's been going on with it. I'm gonna put the camera set the camera up. Yep, it's a good trainee. Daisy's limping. Why are you limping? What have you been chasing? You been chasing rabbits? Have you been chasing rabbits? Why are you limping? Go get them. Go get the rabbits. Go, come on. I'm going to leave it outside because I want to clean the floor in the garage. And she's running really rough right now. I don't know if you can hear it. She needs a good tune-up. It's been sitting for a long time, this car. And I need to tighten the exhaust up a little bit more too. The manifolds are leaking. So there she is. Come here. What's going on? You're limping. Come on. What did you do? Sit. 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 What'd you do to your leg? What'd you do to your leg? You're not a young lady anymore. Come on. You've been chasing the cat? Where's the cat in the barn? Is she in the barn? Beautiful evening, guys. Beautiful Arizona evening. It's probably about 65, 70 degrees. So now I've got to clean this floor. I've got some purple powder and I'll scrub it and clean up everything, put the shroud and the fan back on. But yeah, so that was it. She's done. Finally. Now I just got to get that dent fixed, which pisses me off the most. Out of all places, out of Cars and Coffee, you're back into some dude's car and you don't take responsibility and you fuck off. That really pissed me off. And then my hubcap's all smashed in. That'd be next to get fixed. Interior's nice, I don't have to do anything. The only thing I need to do is, if I can find, I don't know if I've got another car blue interior, is get some cloth for the button. Dome light didn't come on. There we go. The button's, it's gone threadbare, it's exposed a little metal tab. I need to give her a good clean, she is filthy. Yep. Yeah, it's a nice original car. Fenders are solid. No Bondo in there. I ran a magnet over it. Clean. They've got another project coming up, but it's not a Lincoln, it's a Chrysler. My friend Ryan from previous videos with the Grand Marquis, he picked up a late 70s Chrysler Imperial off the same guy I got most of these cars off, Pete, old Pete. So Ryan wants me to get that car going. I've got to go and pick it up and trailer it because it hasn't run in ages, and he's too scared to start it with the bad fuel in it, so I've got to take it home and drop the tank and get it running for him, because it's going to be his daily driver. I wish I could daily drive these, but I can't afford it. Floor, throw some purple power down, a little bit of water, scrub this floor and hose out all this stuff. And then after I've scrubbed it, I've got to put the shroud and the fan back on. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, everyone. All the new subscribers, welcome to the Lincoln Ranch. Oh, another thing. I'll turn the camera around on me. I don't really like being on camera, but I got an email actually it was last week, and it wasn't a cease and desist, but a lot of you viewers think I'm affiliated with the Lincoln Ranch in Florida, which used to be a huge Lincoln parts dealer. I guess I did see a video a year or two ago when it closed down, and somebody went through there to have a look what was going on there, and there was still a bit of stuff laying around. But anyway, the guy that brought out the business contacted me and says, hey, why are you using the Lincoln Ranch as a business name when I've got it, him saying it, talking to me. And I said, I'm not a business, I'm just a guy at home. Well, here was the thing. If Brian's watching, he's probably going to have a little giggle. He emailed me complaining that he was getting phone calls every day for customers wanting to buy parts, and I thought, you're complaining because I'm sending you customers? Something's not right there. But then it turns out the Lincoln Ranch and Brian, I'm not going to mention his last name, we've got everything sorted out, but he doesn't part out Mark IIIs. He only deals in 4-doors and convertibles. So, I talked about what I was doing, and so he was cool, but he just said, hey, I'm getting calls every day from people on the Lincoln Ranch thinking that my channel is part of that business, but it's not. So guys, don't call Brian or the Lincoln Ranch in Florida asking for Mark III parts, because Brian does not part out or deal in Mark IIIs, and I don't either, really. Like I've said in previous videos, I do not like dealing on the internet or over the phone. If somebody is in Arizona and they want to call by, I have nothing to hide. You can come on over, hang out. I will sell parts in person, that's fine, but I will not sell anything online or on the internet or Facebook or Marketplace, Craigslist. I do not advertise anything. I just don't want to get burnt with all the scamming stuff that's going on now. So it's just too risky, guys. Like I did arrange with Brian, if he gets a call and somebody really wants something for a Mark III, he can contact me and I'll let him know if I have those parts. But I don't really have a lot of parts cars. I've only got like 1, 2, 3 at the most. 4. I have 4 cars. I'm just looking at that one there. It's getting dark now, guys, but that's definitely a parts car. I'm on the fence with that one. Like, I was going to pull the transmission out of it, but that car is so clean in the body and it's got a title. So I'd be silly to part that car out. I've got everything to put that car back together. I've got a nice black interior. It's in one of these 2 cars. But yeah, so I am not affiliated with the Lincoln Ranch in Florida. Don't go abusing Brian. We worked it out. We had a good time. I talked to him for nearly an hour, you know, about the things I do and the things he does. Because he had never even heard of me, and he kept asking these people, I don't have a YouTube channel. He'd never heard of me. So he went on YouTube and watched my videos, and so now he's cool. He says, okay. Because I told him I'm not a business. I'm just a guy at home trying to save Mark III Lincolns. Or Mark III Continentals. So I told Brian I was going to mention, I'm not going to mention his last name, but you can look him up. It's the Lincoln Ranch in Florida. So yeah, that car looks good. Almost the same color as the sky. Wow, it's nice. Okay, guys, so I'm going to sign off. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe and comments. I do enjoy the comments. I appreciate all the people that have signed up recently. I'm nearly at 800 subscribers, so I'm almost there. The only thing is my viewing hours have dropped down a little bit because I haven't posted many videos since we had the little tragedy in the family. Just kind of got sidetracked with other things that are slightly more important. So again, guys, thanks very much for tuning in and watching and hanging out and putting up with me. You know, I hate the sound of my own voice. I can't even watch my own videos. It drives me insane listening to myself. Excuse me. So, one last nice evening view. Beautiful Arizona night. There's a bat. I just saw a bat there. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Till the next one. I am, before I forget, somebody did ask me if I would do a video on the comparing the vehicles through the 4 years that they made them. They only have 3 production years, but they made them for 4 years. And I have enough cars to go through the variations. So if you see a car and you're not sure when it was built or what month or when, you know, when it was switched around or changed. So that video is going to come up soon. I'll probably drag the cars out and line them up and then show the comparisons or the variations. So, because there is a lot of, especially in the 69s, there's a lot of that's a really early production car, that one there. So I've got that one, and I know that's a parts car now, but I can still go through it and show you the differences, and then through to the 70s, and then the 71s have some differences too. So that's coming up next. Either that or I'm going to be doing a Chrysler Will It Run. So, okay guys, thanks for hanging out. Bye bye.